going to wait a little bit, and we're going to have some people join us. But until then, we're just going to wait for a little bit. We're going to go ahead and fill up our horn. When the first person shows up, they get a skull. All right, guys? Hold on just 1 second. Sorry about that, everyone. Lori. What's up, Marlon? How you guys doing? I made it. I'm fast. All right, I got you. All right, guys. Here's to Lori for being the first one in the chat, and we also have Nightshade now. Scald, guys. I'm not going to get any more water, so we're not going to do as many scalds tonight, if you guys don't mind. And the reason why is because I don't want to, drink too much of it, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We had a short, guys, that I am impressed with. All right. My morning training, or my evening training this time, I did a quick little video where I spliced together some of my training, and guys, it hit 3,000 views. Like, what? It hit 3,000 views. Like, that's absolutely incredible, guys. I couldn't believe it. First to like, thank you, Nightshade. We'll give you a nice good scald real quick too. But welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So since we have enough people in here now, we're going to talk about how to deal with being stabbed in the back and, what it means to be stabbed in the back, metaphorically. I'm not talking about somebody actually plunging a blade into your back. Yes, it's for Jin Jin. Oh, nothing, Rashad. Nothing happened at all. It's just my Jin Jin had... my Jin Jin needs a big hug and everything, guys. She had... nobody stabbed me in the back, Rashad. Somebody stabbed my Jin Jin in the back. Which, I'm not going to get into details, everybody. So I'm just going to jump straight into the explanation on how to deal with it. So here we go, guys. Welcome into the show. This scalds to Nightshade real quick. And that's for being the first to like. And by the way, guys, 20 likes will get you over the Misty Mountains tonight. I will actually sing that song if you guys manage to give me 20 likes before the end of this hour. All right, guys, I will sing Far Over the Misty Mountains. All right, guys. So, well, as much of it as I know. So let's see what you guys got. Hit me with your best shot. All right. Scald to you, Nightshade, for being the first to like. All right, guys. So here's the deal. When you get stabbed in the back, that can be metaphorically as well as physically. But the physical part we're not going to talk about because everybody kind of understands what happens when you get stabbed in the back. But what we're talking about is the metaphorical part. Ooh, water in the mustache. But what we're talking about is the metaphorical part, guys. And what I mean by metaphor is when someone takes and goes behind your back and does something, or when someone, steals from you, or when someone doesn't follow through with a promise, or when someone hurts you on purpose, guys, there's just that's getting stabbed in the back. And it's never a very good thing for that to happen. It hurts everyone. It doesn't just hurt the person who does it because it makes them look like an ass, pardon the language, but it's just true, but it also really badly affects the person that you are doing this to, and so, or whoever is doing it, not saying anybody in my chat would do that. I don't think anybody would be that way, not in this place, because you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for the 5 likes. Let's try to get up them numbers just a little bit higher. Okay, guys? Love y'all. Anyway, so when you get stabbed in the back, or when you accidentally stab somebody in the back, or when you do it on purpose, guys, which I hope none of y'all do. Things can be kind of hairy. You can cause some situations and some feelings that are rather hard to get rid of. Guys, that's a breach of trust a lot of times. Trust that they had in you or you had in them, that is just shattered, and you got to work towards getting that back if they'll even let you. Some people won't. Some people you have one chance. Some people you got two chances. Some people give three. Some people give too many, to be honest. I'm unfortunately, guilty of the latter. I give too many chances. That's my problem. But guys, I have a big heart and I can't help it. So yeah, when someone gets stabbed in the back, it's a lasting effect, everyone. It's not something that just comes and goes. It's something that stays with you. And it really hurts you. It really bothers you, And sometimes it takes venting. Sometimes it takes closure. Sometimes it takes confronting the person. Sometimes it takes exploding on that person because of how bad they treated you. But to be honest, it's nobody else's business but you and that other person. For all of my fans out there, for all of the people watching right now, for anyone who sees this show, guys, you got to remember, cussing and screaming and hooping and hollering isn't always the answer. Sometimes it'll make you feel better, but sometimes it'll actually mess you over in the long run. Sometimes you actually need to think before you act, which I'm not saying anyone didn't or did do it. I know everybody here's got a good, clear head on their shoulders. That's why I love my folks. That's why I love my Jin. That's why I love everything like that. That's why, hey, Davey, welcome in. What's up, Ghost? You got some unfortunate news? What happened, brother? But yeah, Davey, somebody really upset my Jin. You don't right now? What do you mean you don't right now, my Jin? But what's your unfortunate news there, Ghost? But anyway, guys, have my head. Yeah, what happened? On straight. Yeah, what? Yeah, I've chosen to leave YouTube for a long time due to my stuff like football. Oh, okay, Ghost. Man, I'm sorry to see you go, brother. It's hard to see a good YouTuber leave, man. But thank you for being around here and being a part of this and everything. But you go enjoy your football and you take your education as seriously as you have been, brother. That is one thing that you can always do for us. Make sure that you graduate and you be something of yourself. All right, guys, let's all give Ghost a good farewell. And everybody, give my Jin a good, big old hug for me, okay? She had a rough afternoon. I'll let her explain it if she wishes. No, Jin did not get in a car accident. Luckily, she's physically okay. But she had another little panic attack situation, and I'll let her explain it if she wishes, because it's not my place to. But anyway, guys, but she did ask me to do this video, so I take my requests, from time to time on Final Thoughts. Yeah, she don't want to explain it, guys. Yeah, rest in peace, Pale Knight. I'll see you later, brother. It was good having you around while we could, man. But, so, like I said, as you guys can see, it can have some lasting effects. You know, I've been on the accidental end of, basically stabbing somebody in the back by accident. Yeah, I really didn't mean to. I got to clarify that so much. I really, really did not mean to hurt nobody. And I made a terrible joke, and I am totally regretting every second of it. But guys, this person didn't have to say what they did, and they did, and it was rather hurtful, and it's been really bothering my Jin. So as you can see, it has a wide effect. When you do something like that, when you hurt somebody, when you stab someone in the back, you turn your back on them, and you do something just to spite them or just to make them be in pain. Guys, that's some of the worst ways you can ever treat somebody. And I hope none of my people and none of my viewers do that. Because that's a horrible way to do things. It leads to people not trusting you. It leads to people not wanting to be around you. It leads to, extreme situations of, hey, look, this is going on. And I'm glad that my Jin is here and she's getting so much support because, guys, that's what this channel is supposed to be about, is supporting each other. So I want to thank everybody who's asked her if she's okay, who's given her flowers, who's given her hearts, who's given her love. It's all a great thing. And Ghost, we need to give you some love too for having to leave YouTube. But we've enjoyed your memes while you've been giving it to us. We'll definitely be watching them so you can get your watch hours up, Bubba. Hopefully you can come back during the summer. Anyway, so yeah, guys, you really got to be careful about actions. You got to be careful about, words. You got to be careful about, what you say and do, especially if you're here on the internet. Guys, if you're here on YouTube, that stuff stays on YouTube. You can't get rid of it. It's there forever. Unless you delete the video yourself. But if you do it on somebody else's account, or you go on and you make it public, people have already seen it. The mistake has been made. And that is sometimes what happens. Guys, the mistake, whether it was intentional or non-intentional, has caused pain to someone else. And they have considered that backstab. Because you promised you'd never do that. Guys, and if you did promise or you didn't promise, if they promised or they didn't promise, it goes vice versa, guys. I'm just using you as an example, so please don't think I'm saying you guys, all right? It's literally just me talking in, well, the best way I can think of. But anyhow, guys, so I want to thank everybody who's showing up. Remember me, Clint? It's Robbie. Hey, what's up, Robbie? Killing you with the suspense. All right. Basically, she had an anxiety attack, and that's all I'm going to say, man. But what we're getting up to is, I'm sorry for anybody I've accidentally stabbed in the back, and, I'm sorry for any actions anybody in my group has ever performed to do anything wrong. And I am sorry for any actions that, any actions that reflect badly on anyone that have been around this chat. Guys, none of y'all deserve it. All right? None of y'all deserve anything wrong to happen to y'all. Y'all are good people. And I'm so glad to have y'all around. Yeah, I know. She'll be okay. She'll be just fine. She's just got to breathe and she's got to relax. It's just good to have the support, guys. And that's why I ask for it from time to time for her. Because she never will. She's too camera shy. And she's always going to be in here, guys. You know, my Jin always supports me. But, you know, I'm going to go on ahead and get into how to deal with that now. All right, guys. You know, when someone does it to you, you know, what do you do? Or if you've done it to somebody on purpose, or if you've done it to somebody by accident, you know, what do you do? Right. First off, I'm going to get that if you did it on purpose out the way. If you did it on purpose, own up to it, deal with it, go ahead with your life, and you probably shouldn't talk to that person again if you stabbed them in the back on purpose, because you probably don't need to be around that person. You know, so yeah, I don't like people like that. You know, you stab people in the back on purpose, you're not really somebody I want to be around. You know, but when it comes down to accidents, we'll get to that in a second. Sorry. But guys, yeah, seriously. You know, people who stab other people in the back, well, the way you deal with that, whenever somebody does it to you, is honestly the way I handle it. It's water off a duck's back. You know your truth. You know who you are. You know what you do. You know what you mean. You know, and you know who you are. And if this person stabbed you in the back, they're not worth your effort or your time. You know, and if they stabbed you in the back by accident, you know, then give them a chance. You know, give them a chance. If they're really apologizing, if they really, really care, if they really want another shot, give it to them. You know, watch them for a little while, but give it to them. You know, and guys, if you were the one who accidentally did it, give the people some space. All right, pop in, say hi, whatever, do that, and then give that person some space. You know, let them come back to you. You know, guys, and that's how it should be. You know, guys, and that's what should make it right. You know, the only way you can do it, unless you know that person in person. You know, like a friend of mine was considered to have stabbed another friend in the back because he got in a wreck drunk driving and lost the guy's car. And he's like, you stabbed me in the back. You know, you were supposed to be careful. You lost my only ride. I might lose my job. This is going to cost me a lot of money. You stabbed me in the back. Well, in order to make up for it, my other friend went on ahead and paid for all the tow fees, went on ahead and paid for everything to get his car out first before he covered any of his stuff. And you know what ended up happening? He spent a couple of days in jail over it. But you know what? Kind of deserved it. You know, because he took the car, he crashed it. You know, he even paid for the repairs. You know, guys, that's making up for a mistake. You know, that is an accidental backstab. Because he knew he wasn't supposed to be drinking. He knew the rules. But he didn't follow the rules of my friend's car. So he wrecked it. You know, guys. And so, yeah, he felt stabbed in the back. You know, and what did he do about it? Whenever he repaired everything and he was making up for it, he was like, all right, brother, we're chill, we're cool, love you, bro. And they've been chill ever since. He's never done anything wrong since then. You know, guys. And that's because he tried. That's because he wanted to try. You know, he wanted to give it a God's honest shot to make it better. So if you accidentally do something to offend somebody to the point where they think you stabbed them in the back, you make it right any way possible. You know, that's the good way. That's the right way. You know, at least the way I was raised. You know, and if you have a situation where somebody has stabbed you in the back, you know, most of the time I tell you water off the duck's back, like I said. But if it's an accident, you know, you let them make up for it. Or you try to make up for it in every which way you can. You know, you dedicate stuff to it. If you're a YouTuber, you know, you try to help them out. You know, you show up and be like, hey man, just coming to mow your grass. You know, hey man, just figured you needed some groceries. You know, you make up for it. You know, and that's one of the best ways that I know of to do it. because, man, you're showing you're really sorry. Yes, I watch Jin Jin's channel from time to time. I really do. What's up, G Tag guy? Okay. I got you. But yeah, I've watched some of Jin Jin's channel, guys. You know, I know what she talks about. You know, I watch. You know, if I don't catch it right off the bat, I go back and I watch the lives. So she knows. She knows I know. But anyway, guys, you know, as far as things go with certain subjects, you know, sometimes you just got to accept that that person may have done something wrong, or that person did do something wrong, and you might have to cut them out. That might just be the plain and simple easy move. You know, you got to go G tag. Oh, the last two times, man, I was busy, Davey. I do apologize that. Yeah, see you, G Tag. Yeah, Davey, I need to get on them more often because, you know, unfortunately, I'm trying to get everything taken care of now that the rains are gone and everything's dried up. I'm trying to get a lot of yard work I've been missing taken care of. So I've been really busy during the day when she's been on live, you know. Yeah, man. Thank you, Davey. Thank you very, very much. You know, I'm going to be going in more often. It's just, I got to get a lot of stuff done. Thank you, Scarab. Thank you very much. You know what? We're going to do a skull to you. And thank you too, Davey. I want to thank you so much for looking out for my Jin Jin. You know, I really got to go in there and do a lot more modifications for her and really help her out a lot more often. I just got to be able to catch her on the right time. All right, guys. Here's to Scarab showing up. Here's to Davey. Here's to G-Tag. Here's to Flying 90. Here's to Foxy. Here's to everybody who came in to care about my Jin Jin. Skull. Oh, almost a gallon of water today, man. I've lost a lot of hydration. You know, especially whenever I was doing a lot of the weed eating and the training. But I'm glad that so many people have watched the training video, guys. In case y'all didn't catch me earlier, the training video is got like 3,000 views, guys. And no, I'm not emo. I'm wearing a tunic. But yeah, I would recommend she takes a break for a while too. I'm going to talk to her about that, Davey. Thank you for watching out for her so much. But yeah, you know, maybe she does need to take a break. Oh, what did she say? What did she say? But yeah, I'm not emo, guys. But I am kind of Viking goth. A little bit, minus the hat. The hat is the only part that I don't know you consider goth. But guys up north used to call me Dark Maury, whatever that means. You know, because I hang out with a lot of the goth community and everything. You know, Metalhead. They're one of the few people who know my music. But anyway, the last way I can say to deal with a true backstabbing, because this is the worst backstabbing I can think of, is when somebody cheats on you. When somebody's in a relationship and they cheat on you. You know, guys, sometimes the only way to deal with that is therapy. You know, I've literally seen girls that it's happened to them so often, they don't trust a single thing a man does. You know, it took you 5 minutes to get here from work. Why did it take you so long? I was stuck at the red light. It only takes me 4 minutes to get here normally. You know, and they know that he was stuck at the red light. Why? Because they're tracking his phone. But never stay with a cheater, guys. Never stay with a cheater. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your effort. And that is another form of backstabbing. And the easiest way to deal with that is just cut them out. Just get rid of them. Throw them out of your life. They don't matter. You know, toxic relationships. Throw them out your life, whether it's boyfriend, mom, dad, I don't care. If it's a toxic relationship, bye. You know, the only ones that don't that don't count for that is little brothers and little sisters. It's going to be toxic as crap for a few years because their hormones are going nuts. So you got to give them some leeway. But you know, that's just how it's going to be. You know, let me see what Nightshade said. I believe that the worst backstabbing is insulting someone's family. Yeah, I understand, Davey and Nightshade. I really do. You know, Davey, that's why I feel so bad when I accidentally did what I did. You know, guys, and that's why I'm trying to make up for it. But it's really hard. You know, it's really hard. But I think I can, and I hope I can. You know, and, you know, guys, it's just, oh, yeah, definitely don't mess with Davey. You know, if you're on this channel and you go trolling, don't mess with Davey because he's definitely going to just kick you straight out. And I'm not going to apologize for it. You know, guys, I made that boo-boo already once. I'm not going to do that again. So if he's in here and he thinks you need to go boing, he's going to do it. So remember that, guys. What's wrong, baby? Why are you so angry, Jin Jin? What's up, Pat? How you doing? But I was hoping you were starting to feel better, my Jin. We'll talk but we definitely got about just a little bit here before 30 minutes. But, you know, guys, oh, I got you, Davey. I understand. Sorry about that, man. I just still feel really bad about it. But yeah, we'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, what's up, Jennifer? How you doing? Welcome into the show. But anyway, guys, so let's get back into the good group. You know, the positivity. Because we only got about 2 minutes before it was going to hit 30 minutes anyway. So let's go ahead and jump back into it. Oh, you're all good, Flying 90. Everybody, welcome back into the show. She just had her 5th heart surgery. How is she doing, man? You know, everybody pray for Flying 90's mom for sure, because that's a struggle. I just saw my dad go through, you know, I think 1, and that was bad enough. You know, I can imagine having 5. So let's pray for her, definitely, guys. But yeah, you're all good, Flying 90. Welcome into the show. We're definitely going to pray for Jen Jen. We're going to pray for Flying 90. Oh, yeah. She's okay. She's been in the hospital for an extra week now because of it. Oh, man. Flying 90, I hope that everything is all right, dude. You know, let me know in the general chat of the nights. And, oh, man, you know, much love, much support heading your way. Big time. You know, I hope she gets so much better, man, because that's a struggle. That's a real struggle, you know. And to be fair, man, I don't think anybody who raised a man like you deserves it, something like that. You know, and she's a strong woman if she raised you, because you're an awesome man. You know, so hopefully she gets better, guys. So let's pray for Flying 90's mom. This skull goes out to her. All right, guys. We got 12, 13 likes up there, whatever YouTube decided was actually the number. But remember, guys, we hit 20 likes. I'll go on ahead and sing over the Misty Mountains. Scald to Mama 90. Haha, sometimes I think I caused at least one of her heart surgeries. Well, at least it's good to see you're still in good spirits, my friend. You know, because sometimes I think I caused my mom's hunch. Because she's just like, oh, God, not again. You know, man, I was a bit of a troublemaker in school. What's up, Elijah? How you doing? I remember you. Oh, yeah, she's got something to talk to you about, Pat. But everybody, welcome in. You know, for everybody who caught the video, you know, come on in, enjoy the show. You know, we like to try to think of this place as kind of like the show Cheers. You know, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. So pop on in, I'll scream your name out, give you a shout out. Well, not scream it out, but I'll give you a shout out. And we can have a good conversation, guys. You know, welcome into the show. Get them likes up and I'll sing over the Misty Mountains for you guys. You know. So, hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful night. You know, I see some people are having a rather rough night, but hopefully people are having good nights. You know, guys, we want everyone to be in good spirits. We want everybody to be positive. We don't want any negativity in here right now. Why? Because we want to end the night right. Just tell a joke and change the mood here. All right, let's see. You know, guys, I don't know very many jokes that aren't inappropriate. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Bear and a rabbit in the woods. Got to go to the bathroom, right? So they start going at it. Number 2. Bear looks at the rabbit. You have a problem with crap sticking to your fur? Rabbit looks at him and goes, I don't know. No. He goes, all right, man. He picks up the rabbit, wipes his butt with him, sits him down. Rabbit's just sitting there. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's just the only one I could think of that's appropriate. Oh, man. Because otherwise, a lot of them are very inappropriate. You know, but that's what happens when you grow up around construction workers and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, yeah, 8 more likes and I'll go on ahead and I'll sing, guys. I'll sing Over the Misty Mountains. You know, it's a song that I actually really like and I don't think I sound too bad at. So we'll see what you guys think. But yeah, we got to get to 20 likes. What kind of cup is this? It's a drinking horn. It's a Viking drinking horn. Yep. Eat a stick of butter for your next short. It goes down smooth. Nobody. I love you, bro, but you trying to give me another heart attack over here now. Yeah. You trying to take me out, dude. But anyway, guys, it's still amazing that so many people have showed up tonight. You know, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You know, we make many videos a day. I'm going to start making more shorts. I'm going to start making more actual videos. I'm making plans with people, but we're going to see if they follow through with those plans. Because the only thing I can offer is like $10, $15 in gas each time. But we got a couple fishing trips possibly planned, all kinds of stuff. Oh, Elijah, I will when we hit 20. Yeah, Jinjin's in here. Definitely, Jinjin's in here. But, guys, I'd like to welcome everybody into the show. My name is Clint Gage. We've already talked about backstabbing and how to handle it, you know, and now we're in the hangout portion. So come on in, get a skull, get a shout out. You know, everybody who shows up and talks to me ends up getting a shout out to them. So give us a like, give us a quick little comment. You'll get a shout out, and then maybe you'll stay around for a good little subscription. All right. Hopefully y'all stick around because it's been awesome. I love this this whole forum. I love this whole little platform we got going here, guys. So 6 more likes, man. 6 more likes, and we got Over the Misty Mountains coming. All right? It's so great to have you people here. What's up, Elijah? I have to get those likes, though, guys. That's the only way I'll do it. That's the only way I'll say it. Have to get them likes up, which we got 15 likes earlier. So let's see if we can get more than that. Even if you don't stick around, guys, just hit the like button. Helps us beat the algorithm. You know, we're trying to get the show out there. For sure. Yeah, there's 2 Jennifers in here. Jenny, Jennifer. Scald, guys. All right. We're almost down to the last little bit here. I know you're smiling through the pain, baby. Hopefully it'll go away here real soon. I'm going to call you right after the show, okay, my love? Love snow that. Oh, cool. What am I drinking? I'm drinking water. I did a lot of work in the yard today, guys, so... Oh, I'm out of water. So this is going to be the last scald of the night. But yeah, guys, I did a lot of yard work today, so I had to go take me a shower. Had to dry out. Used a nice, good blow dryer on my beard. Never forgot what I told you guys. It looks like Batman Beacon. Looks like the Batman symbol. You know, I used to actually have a Batman symbol too. I also used to have a shield from Legend of Zelda that I would wear. You know, because, man, like I said, nerd. Oh, I got you. Truck and foot tracks. No, my neck is so white that it looks like the beacon they used to call Batman. I got you, brother. Now, never mind. I kind of looked at it from afar, and I was like, it does kind of look like a little weird. But, all right, that's 8:45, guys. You know, we got 37 minutes here on the clock that's still left for a countdown. So, well, we've been on here for 37 minutes. So we got just a little bit left before we end up having to cut the live short, guys. Not short tonight. We're going to go for the hour. But we're trying to get to that 3,000 watch hours, or we're trying to get to that, you know, 1,000 likes or 1,000 subscribers. So, guys, come on, hit that subscription button, hit that like icon, hit that bell icon, you know, all that jazz. Come on in, join the party. Please, I can only do an hour, guys. I can only do an hour. Sorry, but it takes like days after that if I do more than a 2-hour video. Maybe I'll do a 2-hour video here coming up soon, but I got to figure out what I'm going to do it over. It might just be whenever I get my grinder. I've got a friend of mine that's looking for one. He's probably going to go buy one from Harbor Freight, and I'm just going to pay him back. But I got to get that next month. So when I get my hands on that, I'm probably going to turn around and start. Well, no, I'm not probably. I'm going to take and turn around and start working on that walking staff that I've got sitting up in there. I'm going to shape it. I'm going to get it ready for sitting there for inventory for the merchandise store for way later on. So I figured that's what I can do. I can show you guys a bunch of crafting videos. And those crafting videos can actually be my merchandise store stuff later on. You're going to the beach? That's awesome, Elijah. Yeah, it just takes so long for my phone to download, guys. But we still need 6 more likes, and we only got 20 minutes left. If you guys want to hear Over the Misty Mountains sung by me, then you just need 4 more likes, guys, and I'll sing it. I love you too, my Jen. I miss you so much. We're going to talk a long time after this, okay, baby? But I love you. for sure. In fact, this last skull at the 40-minute mark, 20 minutes left to go, is for you, my dear. See you later, Davey. Thank you for popping in, man. Thank you, Elijah. But yeah, Davey, thank you for popping in, brother. I hope you have a great rest of your night, man. So, guys, Davey went on ahead and left. We still got Flying 90 in here. It's good to see a lot of the old crew back. You know, I wish Foxy was still in here, but she hasn't showed up yet. You know, but hey, it's good to have you, Flying 90, man. I missed you, brother. I really did. It's good to have you too, Davey, even though you're leaving. You know, if he hasn't already left. But, guys, pop on in, say hi. We still got 19 minutes left before the end of the show. So introduce yourself. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe icon. Hit the bell icon. You know, all those wonderful jazz things that you got to do, guys. You know, it would be amazing to meet you. You know, just come on in. Talk to us. You know, that's what the whole show's about right now. So, at the end of the day, we always like to take and have good conversation, a good meal, and go to bed in a good, nice, warm bed. I've got 2 hours of Zone 3 time today and feel like I conquered it. Feel like I conquered anything. Feel like you conquered anything or everything. But yeah, Flying 90, that sounds good to me, honestly. I couldn't do it. Yeah. 2 hours of Zone 3 can conquer. You feel like you can conquer anything. I got you now. That's what I was thinking. I was just making sure, you know. But I got you, brother. And it's awesome to hear that, man. I'm glad to know that you feel that way, man. Because I could not run that far. I could not do that. I'm not built to run. You know, I'm built to stand my ground and fight. And, you know, that's why I'm trying to actually take and get back into fighting shape, guys. I'm way out of shape. You know, I'm embarrassing myself because I can only do 30 minutes. But we're going to get better. We're going to get in better shape. We're going to get stronger. You know, we're not going to be all the time tubby. What you do if you got into a fight? Right now, man, I would just rely on some judo moves that I know and hope that I don't get my butt whooped. I didn't realize how out of shape I was. You know, but it's okay, guys, because, you know, fitness is something that I need to get into anyway. Yeah, just hope I don't get my butt kicked. Oh, man. But honestly, guys, the people around here know my reputation. They know who I am. They really kind of just leave me alone. They know I'm just a nice guy. Some people think I'm a little weird, you know, especially when I walk out in public wearing stuff like this. But you know what? It's my choice. You know, guys, and honestly, I enjoy the outfit. You know, it's very comfortable and it breathes. You know, otherwise I wouldn't be wearing it in a 80-degree trailer. Which, yes, I am running that AC unit, but I'm running it on low. And that's so I don't run up my friend's power bill. Can we get a fit check? All right, just so you guys know, it's hard to see in this, but I was 255 pounds when I started these videos. All right? That from 250. And that's not me sucking it. Now, when I sit down, of course, it turns into a pot belly. But I have gone down to 220 something pounds. You know, guys, so I've lost almost 30 pounds since I started doing this YouTube. I've lost almost 30 pounds. So, especially since I started training again, you know, and I'm still rusty. I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to remember stuff, you know, because it was a long time that I did HEMA, guys. But I'm going to start watching videos and start training, you know, a little bit better so I can give you guys a better show. But anyway, guys, we got 15 minutes left on the clock. You know, 5 more likes. You know, 5 more likes. Do I drink alcohol? Very rarely. You know, very, very, very rarely. But yeah, if we got actually 15 likes up there, because I've only got 14. But if we get 6 more likes, I'll sing over the Misty Mountains. You know, but we got to get them 6 more likes up on there. You know, and also, if you're new here, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You know, all that beautiful bean footage, as they would say. But it's good to have you guys back. It's good to be back. I've enjoyed having everybody here. You know, like I always say, you guys are my backbone. You know, y'all make my channel work. And I still am reeling from the fact that we got over 3,000 views on one of my shorts in literally less than an hour. 3,000 views, guys. That was incredible. It blew me away. You know, and yeah, you know, 3.2. Do I have merch? Not yet, man. I'm taking a step back from the merchandise store and from the charity that I was trying to create. And the only reason being is because we got rejected by the lawyer, guys. You know, we didn't get the pro bono lawyer. So I don't get to ask the questions I need to ask. So we're going to have to wait 6 months and try again. So in that time, I'm going to be just making videos of, oh, hi, baby. In that time, I'm going to be making videos about me crafting, about me walking through the woods with my dad, you know, me going fishing, stuff like that. So we've got some plans coming up for some good videos. And I hope you guys will join us, you know, because thanks to our dear friend Foxy, we have that wonderfully, wonderfully awesome little portable generator. And we'll be able to go out into places and do a whole hour-long videos and be able to see stuff. Because I'd also like to be able to do a night video one day where I take you guys walking around a cemetery that's been around since the 1800s, guys. You know, it's got a lot of kids in it, unfortunately. But it's said to be haunted. So we might go do our own little paranormal investigation. You know, gotta go? All right. See you later, Nightshade. Thank you for popping in, sweetheart. You know, sorry about my nose, guys. I'm dealing with a sinus infection. But anyway, your dad has a motorcycle? That's cool. You know, I once wanted a motorcycle, but just a little too dangerous for me. I'm a little too much of a klutz. I know in my luck I'd lay it over at like 75 and just wreck my stuff. So no. Wah, wah, wah. Not gonna happen. So my dreams of being a biker may be gone. However, I might get a trike one day. You know, those look to be a lot of fun. You know, and they look to be not, well, they're more expensive than a motorcycle. But, you know, they look to be not so bad. I've seen a few of them. They're not too shabby. You know, and or one with the sidecar. One with the sidecar might do me pretty good, too. You know, so just little things that I have to do that are a little different. You know, especially with this left ear not functioning. Because it screws with my equilibrium really, really bad, guys. So I have to go off just this side for balance. Oh, he's got a Harley. Yeah, like button's free, everybody. Thank you. Oh, you have a four-wheeler? That's awesome. Hey, we got 15 on there. You know, 5 more likes, and I'll sing over the Misty Mountains. But we got to get it in less than 10 minutes, guys. We got to get it in less than 10 minutes. If we can get one like a minute and we can get that up there, I'll spend the last 5 minutes singing Over the Misty Mountains. Number 4, thank you. LOL, an idea for you. What's that, Jennifer? What's the idea, sweetie? Let's see what this idea is. Sometimes they're interesting. I love ideas from my fans. They're so much fun. Oh, a 4-wheeler for me? Yeah, that is a good idea. Anything to calm you down, baby? Yes, I'm going to be calling you here in just about 10 minutes. That's definitely going to help calm you down. But for right now, baby, what I would tell you to do is breathe, clear your head, and maybe color a little bit. You know, that might definitely help you. Oh, yeah, I know it's late, giggity goo. Hey, Elijah, that's your one warning, dude. One warning with Trolls Bane. You don't pick on my Jin Jin. Next time you're going to be in a 10-minute timeout. Understand? Anyway, we're going to hide that message. I got rid of that. So, yeah, dude, Elijah, that's your one warning. That is your one damn warning. Pardon the language. Anyway, guys, we got 9 minutes left. Sorry about the little bit of drama. It happens every now and then. I don't put up with trolls. All right? That's what we have Trolls Bane for. That is the whole reason for our little axe prop. That's why I pointed at him and I deleted his message, guys. If you say hurtful things, I will get you out of here. Do you understand? This is a place of kindness. We accept everyone. And the last thing you want to do is somebody who's having a panic attack or an anxiety attack is tell them you get on their nerves. Or they get on your nerves. So, yeah, guys, that's just not cool. That's not cool at all. I apologize, my Jin Jin. I hope it's okay. I hope you're all right. Are you all right, my Jin Jin? You know, guys, I don't like drama on here, but it's starting to try to get up here. And they did tell me that you're going to get more trolls the more subscribers you have. You know, so guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I want to use my axe more. Please. I'm glad that my Jin Jin's okay. You know, I'm glad that you're all right, baby. But yeah, everyone, we've got 7 minutes left on the clock. So if you're brand new here, hey, Jack, what's up, brother? You're a little late, but what's up, man? Yeah, at least you made it to part of this one. Anyway, guys, if you're new here, please go on ahead and subscribe if you just showed up. That way you can go on ahead and come watch this later on or catch us for our next videos. You know, if you're not subscribed, go on ahead and hit the like button. You know, we got 17 likes up there, guys. If we hit 20, I'll sing. You know, that's the whole thing. If we hit 20, I'll sing Over the Misty Mountains. That's why I've been trying to keep my throat good and clear. Unfortunately, my nose is stopped up, so it might be not the greatest. But anyway, guys, you know, it's awesome to have Jack here. You know, you're going to go cook some dinner. Thank you for all the prayers for Mama 90. All right, Flying 90, we'll see you next time, brother. Thank you for stopping into the show, man. You know, we got 18 likes up there, guys. You know, we only have to have 2 more. Yeah, I hope he feels better soon, too. I hope his mom gets to feeling better. You know, we got 1 more like to get. 1 more, guys. That's all we need. And then I'll sing Over the Misty Mountains. Oh, there it is. All right, guys. Here we go. Last 5 minutes. over the misty mountains cold, through dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away ere break of day, to find our long forgotten gold. The pines were roaring in the night, the trees like torches blazed with light. That's all I remember, guys. Sorry. But that's what you got. Thank you for giving me the 20 likes. We actually got to 21. We hit 30 likes, you'll dance. You asking a lot of an old man. I still got to get flexible enough to do my training. But we're definitely going to get our footing down and everything like that again. My Jin Jin gave me a clap. All right, dude. That's your last warning. That puts you out until the end of the show. So see you next time, buddy. If Elijah comes back in here and starts this crowd again, anybody who's a moderator, get rid of that guy for 24 hours. You know, next time, block. All right, my Jin Jin. Well, guys, unfortunately, thanks to Elijah, we had some issues. What's up, Motorcycle Motorsports? How you doing, man? I got to go calm my Jin Jin down here in just a little bit. We got 21 likes tonight. You know, we got 7 people in the building. Hopefully, we got quite a few subscribers from it, guys. It was awesome seeing all of y'all show up. I hope to see even more. You guys are incredible. Let's keep this up, guys. Let's have a wonderful day, all right? And I hope that all of you that came here today and watched this video from start to finish learned something, you know, because that's the whole point about this show, spreading wisdom. So I hope you all learned something. I hope you come back. And above all, I hope you learn that the world can be different, that people can be different, and that you can accept them for who they are. All right, guys? Love y'all. See y'all later. Y'all are the absolute backbone of this entire show. And I can't believe that I've been so lucky to have this many viewers at one time, to have this many people want to come in and say hi. You know, it's amazing to have so many new subscribers. It's amazing to have so many new people that just want to show up and watch my video. You know, so guys, thank y'all once again from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are the absolute best. May you continue to be incredible all the rest of your days of your lives. You know, we don't judge anybody here. Feel free to come back and feel free to jump into the chat, guys. You know, as far as everything else is concerned, we only got a few seconds left. So, guys, I'm going to end it right now. So, see you from the swamp. Later from the gator. Love your mama. Love your papa. Love yourself. Be kind. Always find a way to help. Thank you guys so much for the views. And thank you for being you. All right? Never let somebody put you down.